welcome back to part 3 of Sport on 7 tonight. What with the Asian Five Nations taking place at the moment and the UAE looking good to retain their top flight status, rugby is at the forefront of everyone's mind. London-based club, the Harlequins, have been in Abu Dhabi training ahead of the Aviva Premiership final showdown this coming weekend. I spoke to Quins man and England captain Chris Robshaw after a tough morning in the heat.
Chris, a great year for you, Player of the Year in the Aviva Premiership. You must be feeling good.
Yeah, I mean, it's been brilliant, but I mean, I've been helped by a lot of players around me, and I think that shows in the amount of Quins players in the England squad as well, that we've got kind of 9 players in there, 7 have come through the academy, so, and 2 guys are going off to play for Samoa. So no, it is great that so many players have pushed their credentials in order to finish top.
Leading England, of course, into the Six Nations earlier this year, it must have been such a proud moment for you, but also a daunting one with all the changes happening in English rugby. How was that for you, and how was the experience? Obviously a great time for England.
Yeah, it was, and there were some questions being asked, and Stuart came in and said, how are we going to change the perception of English rugby at the moment, because after the World Cup it wasn't in the best light. So we sat down and we chatted, and he got us out there coaching in the community and stuff, and when he asked me to be captain, it was fantastic for me. But I mean, there's a core group of leaders as well, and also some generals that boss the game on the pitch to make England go forward. And I think if someone had said kind of before the tournament you'd finish second and win 3 games on the road for the first time, we definitely would have taken it and probably laughed. But no, it is a huge honour, but now the real tests start. We've got to go to South Africa and improve. It's about backing up what we've done so far, and yeah, going down there and giving it a go.
Obviously now, as you say, Stuart Lancaster installed as that full-time coach. Many big moments to come, but you must be targeting, of course, the 2014 World Cup in England and looking forward to that. One you'll want to play a huge part in. Yeah,
of course, the World Cup is the aim, and that's what he spoke about. He said, obviously, we don't want to be the best in the world yet, and we can't. But it's order to be the best in the world, kind of come the World Cup, a home World Cup, and you don't get many opportunities to play in that. So that is very exciting, and it is going to be a long process, and it's not something that is going to happen overnight. It's going to take weeks and weeks and months and years, winning the regularly at home as well, and going around the world and hopefully winning away. So no, it is a challenge but everyone is looking forward to it and hopefully accepting it.
Talking about obviously going around the world, you're here with Etihad in Abu Dhabi training. I know it's been quite a tough morning for you in this heat over here, but it's a great facility here in Abu Dhabi and somewhere you must enjoy coming to.
Yeah, I mean, the pitches are incredible. I mean, you look around and the grass is amazing and the conditions are perfect. It is pretty hot, and yeah, we've just been put through our paces a bit, but that's what we've come over here to do. We've come over here to first and foremost make sure we prepare properly for the final next week, but also when we're off in the afternoon we can relax and go by the pool and go to the beach, and whether it's play golf or Ferrari World, these kind of things, and you can just get away from the hype of being back home. I mean, it's our first final, and sitting at home kind of thinking about a final for 2 weeks is a long time, and you can burn yourself out. So coming over here is the perfect remedy for us, just to train and get off all the work done, but also relax.
Etihad of course had a great year, what with Manchester City winning the title in the English Premiership, but also you guys could win the title in the Aviva Premiership, so it's a fantastic year, and they seem to be bringing you guys some luck.
Yeah, they have. They've been brilliant for us. I think it's their second time sponsoring us, and they've been good for us. Players have been over to Abu Dhabi regularly, kind of with events and coaching and this and that, and it is a great sponsorship to have, that we do have this opportunity to come and train over here and take our mind off it. But I mean, yeah, of course, all our focus is on that final and hopefully winning it.
The UAE at the moment, of course, competing in the Asian Five Nations. Obviously, it's not a professional sport in the UAE, but do you think it's somewhere that England can look in the future to find talent? Obviously, so many expats out here and playing rugby at a good level. Do you think it's somewhere England coaches could come out here and have a look?
Yeah, of course. I mean, wherever you kind of every country's developing. You look at the Sevens circuit in particular is very good at bringing teams on, the likes of Portugal, these kind of teams that kind of come through and players do kind of progress, and you look at the World Cup and hopefully they'll be there one day.
Ahead of obviously that crucial game next week against the Leicester Tigers, how are you finding your chances ahead of that? How are you feeling ahead of that game?
Yeah, of course, we know how hard it's going to be playing Leicester. We had an exciting game against them recently for the neutrals. I think loved the game, but for us, unfortunately, we didn't even get a bonus point out of it. So there is a lot of work for us to do before that in order to try and win. But no, I mean, there's no time like the present. I don't think our record against them is particularly good, but we've got to go out there and give it a go and not hold anything back.
Chris, best of luck. Thanks for chatting to me.
Thank you.
was a very warm morning outside that morning. Right, back to football, and let's look back on that Champions League final in Munich. Chelsea stunned Bayern Munich to win the Champions League for the first time after a penalty shootout in the Allianz Arena after a tension-soaked final had ended 1-1 after extra time on Saturday. Our man, Andy May, is in Munich. Andy, what a game that was. And finally, Roman gets the prize that he wants.
Yes, it's the $1 billion prize, or maybe close to $2 billion, the amount of money that Chelsea have spent in the last 10 years under Roman Abramovich, their billionaire owner. Didier Drogba was the hero here at the Allianz Arena for Chelsea, scoring in normal time against Bayern and also bagging the winning penalty as well, making the trip more than worthwhile for all of the fans of Chelsea who came to Germany. This was one of the newspapers before the match here in Munich. Beer for you, for Chelsea, and the European Cup for us, for Bayern Munich, although it didn't quite work out like that.
Thanks, Andy. There in Munich, it was quite a night in the Champions League final, wasn't it? Let's look at the MotoGP results from the last weekend. Jorge Lorenzo surged to a comfortable win at the French MotoGP in wet conditions and leapfrogged Casey Stoner at the top of the standings. 9 times world champion Valentino Rossi rediscovered his form, but had to settle for second spot ahead of Stoner in third. Here's how the world standings look. Lorenzo now 8 points clear on 90. Katie Stoner back on 82. And Petroza with 65 in third.
Busy night tonight on Sport on 7. That is it, though. Must say, though, well done to West Ham United winning the playoff final at Wembley. They'll be playing in the Premiership next season once again. And also Leinster as well for winning the Heineken Cup, the third in 4 years for them. Have a great week. We're back next Monday at 8 o'clock from us all on Sport on 7. Good night.